Hello, my name is Greg Dickinson. I'm the CEO of Omedym. So our objectives today are to discuss and show you that product-led doesn't have to mean only trials, right? And there's some pros and cons there, and we want to expose you to that. How are product-led companies using the demo effectively? And last but not least, how to enhance that trial experience for your buyers. So let's start off with kind of setting the backdrop here. This is an image that was developed by Aptrensic, and we give them credit for that. It's a great way to depict the traditional go-to-market strategy on the left and the new go-to-market strategy for a product-led, product-centric experience. But in addition to this, we think there's an alternative, and that is, why not, instead of having the product here, which is a trial, why not move it up into the awareness phase, right? Let's get that product in the buyer's hands immediately, get them engaged with your product. And the reason for that is think about you and I. If we walked into an Apple store and the product wasn't readily available where we could walk up to those beautiful tables and pick up the phone and touch the phone and play with the phone, experience the phone, understand the features and functions, etc. Instead, right, we had to go through the old-fashioned go-to-market strategy of, hey, thank you for coming to the Apple store, fill out a form, and someone will come back and have a conversation with you, and later on, you can see the product, right? Why not get that product in your hands and make sure that this is what you want to do and help to qualify that buyer earlier, right? As soon as possible, get that product in their hands. So that's what we're going to talk to you about today is how can that be done, right? How can I be a product-centric buying experience and start it here as opposed to down here with only the trial? And let's start off showcasing marketing, right? That's the first phase of this, which is the awareness phase. Geez, marketing's got a tough job today, right? There's more noise and more channels for information than ever before. There's some research I read just last week from Price Intelligently said that we have 12 competitors today. 5 years ago, we had 3. So marketing's got a really tough job. They got to drive more leads. They got to develop more content. It has to be personalized. They need to worry about the brand experience, AdWord ROI, and these low converting CTAs. And frankly, their biggest challenge is when they do all these things right and they drive people to the website, the only alternative today for a product demo is request a demo. The bounce rate across the board for software companies, when someone clicks on your website, the request a demo button, and they're greeted with the form, the bounce rate is 85%. So that's really not helping marketing. Marketing does their job. They do a great demand gen, and lo and behold, your buyer hits a brick wall. Why can't we get marketing into the product-centric mix? Let's get marketing to be able to use right in their digital content. Your product is your best content, right? Get that product embedded in the digital content with interactive, searchable video demos. Get the demo in the hands of the buyer as part of the digital strategy. For instance, on your website, contextual content. Someone goes to your website, they look at a solution, they begin to read about the value of the solution. Today, request a demo is their option to see it. How about tomorrow, put a link in there that brings them right to a video that explicitly talks about the feature or function they were reading about. Show me, don't tell me. How about email? You get an email, the marketing is absolutely thrilled when someone opens up the email, but then they read it and their option is click here to download a white paper. How about click here to see the product? All right. So I think you can see how marketing now can be part of that product-led, product-centric strategy. What about sales, right? Whether you're a BDR, a sales rep, an account executive, a SDR, we all know this scenario happens every day. You're lucky enough to get someone on the phone. You're 1 minute, 2 minutes into the conversation, and the buyer says, "That's great. I love what I'm hearing. Can I see the product? Can I get a demo?" Right away. Traditionally, our approach has been, yeah, we can, we'll get someone else on the phone, we'll schedule that, and et cetera, et cetera. But it's not immediate, right? It's not a show me. It's not getting them engaged in your product. It's not product-centric. And sales is all about more leads, better opportunities. Their sales cycles are increasing. They are struggling today with this go-to-market friction that is causing the buyer who wants to see the product early have to go through this labyrinth of forms and lead nurturing and lead scoring algorithms in order to get their hands on the product. The buyer's self-guided. And when you enlist a junior level pre-sales engineer to show them a high-level generic demo, they consider that to be what's termed in the industry, and I've been a pre-sales engineer for 20 years, is a show up and throw up demo. It's not personalized. It's not specific to that buyer. So sales is challenged with this buyer that wants to see the product, that wants to engage. All of us are this way, right? Think of the app effect on our phones. We can look at apps immediately and to tell whether we like it or not. That's how we are bringing that behavior into our buying habits of technology and software today. So as software companies, how do we solve this from a workshop and a use case perspective? Well, first and foremost, you can record demos yourself. Put those on your website so that when your BDR or your sales rep has someone on the phone and the prospect says, show me the product, instead of putting them through that friction, how about saying, yeah, here you go. Here's a video that can give you a quick introduction as to what we do, etc. Right? What about a little longer video, right? Can you then introduce searchable video so that your prospect doesn't have to sit through 60 minutes? You don't know what they're interested in, so you don't know what 5-minute video to send to them. But you could, if you had a 60-minute video, and allow them to be able to search that video and be able to find the 4 or 5 or 6 areas of your software that they're highly interested in, and they can consume that content and understand your product inside of 10 minutes. Very valuable to them, very valuable to you. And last but not least, gosh, our process today is all about wait. Anyone can give an awesome demo, right? Can give that video that we talked about, that searchable, interactive video, if you have that technology, to be able to allow that prospect to get to, right, your sales rep, your pre-sales, your BDRs, a demo immediately. So now let's move on to trials and tribulations, right? So you've done a great job in marketing and sales, and now this prospect wants to do a trial. Trials are great. Trials are an excellent way for you to align your selling process, your go-to-market strategy with the buyers of today, right, that want to get that product early. However, not all products are trial ready. Right? Some of our products are just a little complicated for trial. Second of all, not all companies are trial ready, right? Slack uses trials, and they have aligned their organization to be, I think I read, there's 10 times as many customer success and support people as there are salespeople, right? They are aligned and ready to go with the trial strategy. Some people that have embraced a trial strategy have not had the conversion rates that they want, and they utilize email communications to try to jumpstart that trial conversions, as well as, right, kind of a lot of support overhead. And so when we talk about this video and these demos we've been using today, right, can we talk about those that are not trial ready? Can I use the product experience through interactive searchable videos? If you don't have a product that's trial ready and your organization is not trial ready, how about using some technology, the videos today, to get that product in the hands of the buyer sooner and utilize that as a method to answer that demand of the buyer that says, hey, I want to see your product. Also, we see a lot of companies come to us and talk about the fact that their buyers download the trial instead of asking for a pre-trial demo, right? That requested demo we talked about earlier detracts that buyer. They don't want to go down that path, so they take your trial and download it, or start using it, I should say. And boy, is that what we really want, right? Do we want them to do a trial just as a demo? Because they may not know where to go, where to get there, what to see, what the value is of your software, how to configure it, how to set it up. And you then have to deploy a lot of resources, both via maybe email or by the customer success to get them started, when actually what they wanted was just get a high level experience with your product. And then the trial would be much more valuable to them and much more meaningful. Last but not least, right, this notion of low conversion rates. When people need information, they go to search, right, Bing and Google, and you go to YouTube to watch the how-tos, to learn, right? So if you got low conversion rate, let's use some of that technology that's available today to enhance that buyer experience inside of your trial so that we can kind of provide this notion of a GPS, right? The GPS, we don't want to go from here to the store. We want to go from here, the trial, to them being a customer. So let's provide them with a roadmap, a guide to get them from, hey, they're starting to use a trial to now they're a customer. What we're trying to help you do is to increase your opportunities, increase your revenue, increase your sales, right? And if you are using the requested demo process today as one of the avenues for your buyers to get more experience with the product, the bounce rate's 85%. You're not capturing all the opportunities you can. With everyday content, right, your sales pitches or your demos can be used immediately to enhance, right, your organization's ability to align with a product-led, product-centric strategy.